Hi, it's Jamie. I wanted to make a real quick video for my sellers to give you an idea of what you can expect from the home inspection that the buyer performs on your property. You and the buyer have agreed upon a specific time for the buyer to perform their home inspection and their due diligence. If it's 10 days in the contract, the buyer has 10 days to perform the home inspection and do their due diligence. That would mean they would contact a home inspector to come out and perform an inspection on the property. This inspection can take anywhere from 1 to 4 hours depending on the size of the property and of course any amenities in the property. As a seller, you want to be able to make that available for them, vacate the premises, take the pets with you and any family members. If they find something during this time frame of the home inspection, and it could be anything, it could be a leaky sink, it could be something that doesn't work on the stove, or let's say the microwave handle is broken. Anything like that could be a concern to a buyer. And the home inspector is going to let the buyer know these are items that are going to need to be fixed either right away for safety issues, or because it doesn't function, or for down the road or in the future. At this time, the buyer will decide what they'd like to do with this information. They can send us a list, and it's usually written on a separate form, not the contract. It's not added to the contract. It's a separate form, and it's called the buyer's inspection notice and the seller's response. When we get that form, it should have a list of items that they would like repaired or replaced. And again, it's usually because they aren't functioning now or it's a safety concern for the buyer. The seller can look over those items and decide if they would like to fix those items. If they choose to fix all of the items, which makes sense for maybe the price that the buyer paid, then we would go ahead and respond that we will take care of all of those items, we being the seller. Now, if you decide not to fix those items, the buyer has an opportunity to cancel it based on your response. So you can either fix all of the items, fix some of the items, or fix none of the items. Again, remember, the buyer has an opportunity to walk away if all of those items are not fixed per their request. So you as a seller, decide what you'd like to do. Most of the time, it behooves you to take care of those items, because if you don't take care of it for this buyer, we put it back on the market, next buyer is going to probably ask for the same things. You'll have to get those fixed anyway, or we're going to have to disclose those items that they don't work or they're not functional. Again, it just makes sense to get those items taken care of, providing that they make sense to you as a seller. Now, once you've agreed to make those repairs don't have to be made until closer to the close of escrow. They don't have to be made the next day. You may need to take some time to get those repairs done. You may have to get a roofer out here or a plumber, and that may take a few days, could even take a week or so. But it does have to be done by the close of escrow, so that when the buyer decides to do their walkthrough close to the end, those items have to be taken care of that you've agreed upon. So that's how the home inspection works. Buyer goes in, does a home inspection on the property, and will ask for any repairs or disapproved of items. And again, think functionality and safety. Those things have to be working. Really important for a seller, because if you don't do it for this buyer, you're going to probably have to do it for another buyer. And then we will get the list, then you can decide what you'd like to do, then we move forward. Hopefully that answers any of your questions or some of your questions that you have regarding a home inspection. If you have any other questions, please feel free to call me, text me, email me. I will be happy to answer your questions. I just thought this would help a little bit and give you an idea of what you can inspect or expect during the home inspection. Thanks. Bye-bye.